Hi children, now we are going to do our practical session of this. The first practical we are going to do is the study of pollen germination. Okay, pollen germination you have studied in theory classes. It is when the pollen grains reaches the stigma, it develops or it germinates its pollen tube into the ovary through style. Okay, female reproductive part of a plant consists of stigma, style and ovary, and male gamete is called pollen grain. When this pollen grain reaches the stigma, it develops or it elongates using the nutrient medium, and then it elongates into the ovary, and then the fertilization takes place, isn't it? Now we are practically, or we are doing this artificially, how the pollen grains are germinating or how the pollen tubes are elongating. We are going to view through a microscope how this happens. Okay, for this experiment we need a cavity slide. It is different from a normal slide in that it is having a cavity in the center of the slide. Okay, this cavity is used for only for the study of pollen germination. Okay, this slide is only used for the study of pollen germination. So the cavity slide is needed, and then cover slip. The flower we are using here for this experiment is Bauhinia acuminata. Bauhinia acuminata is the flower. It is of Fabaceae family. You have studied about the different families in your +1 classes, and we know when a flower opens, the pollen grains might be dispersed from the flower. So we have to use or take the closed flower for this, for getting pollen grains, because in an open flower the pollen grains might have been scattered through the air or might have been taken by pollinators. Okay, so we have to use a closed flower. Inside this the pollen grain will be safe. And then we need a needle for dusting the pollen grains into the cavity slide. Then we need a brush or a dropper. Okay, this brush or dropper can be used to drop the sucrose solution. This is the sucrose solution. We have made it 100 ml. In 100 ml of water, 10 gram of sucrose is taken, and it is stirred well and make this sucrose solution. And this sucrose solution have to be dropped into the cavity slide. It must be using a dropper. It must be dropped into the 1 or 2 drops must be dropped into the cavity slide, and then we have to dust this pollen grain from the flower using a needle, and then cover slip must be put. Ensure that no air bubbles should be present in between the cover slip and the slide. No air bubble should be present. If it occurs, it will not be a neat presentation. Okay. Then after completing this process, we must view the slide under this microscope. This is the microscope. We have studied about it. We have to adjust the lens. Now we are focusing in the 10x condition, and these are used to fix the slide on the base. Okay, this microscope is of battery, and it is there is no need of adjusting the light in this. If you are doing in this lab, you have to adjust the light first, and then put the slide, keep the slide here on the stand, and keep it safe, as it should not be fell down, and you can view by this. And also you have to keep your one notebook along with you. While using a microscope, you must view only through your left eye, then only you can draw the picture of what you are seeing there in your notebook through the help of right eye. Okay, you must view through your left eye, and you can, so that write or draw anything that is seen in the structure of pollen grain or anything else that you are viewing through this, you can draw using your right eye and using a pencil. Okay, so let us start our experiment. Okay, I have taken the cavity slide, and sucrose solution is taken here. The cavity slide must be neat and clean, and I have dropped 1, 2 drop of a sucrose solution there, and it is adjusted here like this using a brush. Now take the butt or take the closed flower, we need only the pollen grains. So we can remove the flower parts and then dust the pollen grains. There's no need to scribble or like that. You just dust the pollen grains using the needle like this. By doing this itself, the pollen grains will be dusted throughout the slide. Now the pollen grains are dusted. Now you have to put the cover slip. Be careful, no air bubble should come. Yes. So there is no air bubble inside this. Now the prepared slide is ready and you can view through the microscope. Keep in mind what all things have to be careful when you are viewing under a microscope. Okay. Slide is placed here safely so that it will not fall down. Okay. You have to adjust your power according to your eyes. If it is in 40x, we have to adjust it to 10x condition. Okay. As the pollen grains are viewing here, you can see the pollen grains. Now take your notebook and just take a fresh page and then draw what you are seeing inside the microscope. Okay. Now I am drawing a clear picture. As you have studied the theory part, you know what is the structure of a pollen grain. It has spherical in structure. It is having an outer exine wall and inner intine wall. The outer wall of a pollen grain is exine and it is made up of sporopollenin, and where the area on exine where the sporopollenin is absent is known as a germ pore, and it is through this germ pore that pollen tube arises. You have studied it in your theory part. And the inner wall is intine. It is made up of cellulose and pectin. That is also you have studied. When this pollen tube elongate, only the intine will be its outer wall. Okay, when the pollen tube elongate, only the intine will be forming its outer wall. Exine will not elongate with the pollen tube, isn't it? You must observe this prepared slide regularly within 2 minutes like that. Then you can see how the pollen tube is start germinating and also how it is elongating. Within 30 minutes, we can see an elongated pollen tube arising from the intine wall. Okay, for that we have to observe frequently. This slide must be observed frequently. Understood? So now we have conducted the experiment regarding the study of pollen tube germination in the lab. The pollen tube actually germinates on the stigma and it elongates its tube into the ovary, and then the fertilization takes place. All the other theory parts you have studied. We can do this experiment using many different flowers such as we have taken here Bohemia. Then we can take shoe flower or balsam, any flower like that. And the pollen grains differ in their structure and shape and size based on the families they belong to. Okay, so we can do using any flower, but it is most commonly we are using shoe flower or Bohemia or balsam like flowers. Okay, so this experiment is completed.